Hey, welcome to this video. I appreciate you being with me. I'm Doug Barry. God bless and strengthen you for the fight. It is February 4th, the time I record this right now. I want to tell you about something coming up next month that is incredibly important. March 19th is the feast day of this man right here, St. Joseph. St. Joseph has two feast days, the Solemnity, March 19th, and Feast of St. Joseph the Worker, May 1st. And why is this a big deal? Because he's a big deal. St. Joseph is a very big deal. In fact, St. Teresa of Avila, a doctor of the church, a mystic who lived in the 1500s, stated this, that the Blessed Mother revealed to her that many of us, when we die, will stand before God, and it will be revealed to us the power of St. Joseph, his intercessory power before the throne of God. And many of us will weep for not having taken the time, having made the efforts to develop a devotion and a relationship with St. Joseph through prayer and things such as a consecration to him. It takes effort on our part to do this, though. It isn't something that just happens. It doesn't just fall in our lap. We have to cooperate with grace. Cooperate with grace. This is one way we do that. Now, this book, Consecration to St. Joseph, is written by Father Donald Calloway. It's a great book. Helps prepare us for a consecration to St. Joseph to be made typically on a particular feast day of some sort. And in this case, if you want to do this, I'm going to start this on February 16th myself. So February 16th to prepare 33 days for March 19th, the consecration. And by the way, Father Donald Calloway, my friend Father Hying and I just did a U.S. Grace Force podcast episode with him. You can check out that episode right here or in the information description down below. And it explains more about the power of St. Joseph in our lives and how important it really is. And any of us can do this, men, women alike, it doesn't matter. But in particular, I want you to think about, for us men, I want you to think about this. I heard Bishop Hying say this just recently. We did an interview with him, U.S. Grace Force podcast. It'll be coming out actually tomorrow at the time I record this, February 5th, so you can look for that. And Bishop Hying makes this point about St. Joseph. He says we have to think for a moment here that God the Father picks a man to care for the two greatest masterpieces that God would ever create, which is the Blessed Mother and really, above all, the Word made flesh, Christ incarnate, assuming human nature. And both of these two masterpieces were entrusted to St. Joseph. This is the man that God chose to care for Our Lady and our Blessed Lord. For us men to take him as not just a role model, but as an ally. Make him an ally. To help us men in our world today, there's so much brokenness, so many broken men, so many men out there who struggle with all sorts of problems in this world. We all do. But to overcome them, in a future video I may talk about, some of my background, what I was raised with, and really, I've talked about it publicly at different events, the struggles, that we all go through. And St. Joseph was a massive, massive instrument in my life, a tremendous friend, an ally. I love the word ally, right? So I want to encourage you to take the time, number one, to honor this great saint daily. Right? A beautiful statue in your home, prayers to St. Joseph. Speak well of him. Remember him in the daily rosary. Every daily rosary, every rosary we pray, and Our Lady has asked us to pray it daily. Much has been spoken about that. I've done many videos on that, and many other people have as well, on the messages of our Blessed Mother to pray the rosary daily. Well, St. Joseph is part of the Holy Family, so he should be included in our thoughts and prayers every day when we pray the rosary. But to spend time developing a relationship with him, and to encourage others to do the same. And one of the great titles he's been given in his litany, I love it. Actually, two titles I really love. There are many. Pillar of Families, Guardian of the Redeemer, Guardian of the Mother of the Redeemer. Those are powerful. Love them all. St. Joseph most chaste, St. Joseph most valiant, St. Joseph lover of poverty, St. Joseph patron of the dying, and so forth. How about this, though? St. Joseph, conqueror of hell. Love it. St. Joseph, terror of demons. Love it. He is a spiritual threat to the enemy. I cannot encourage you enough. Turn to St. Joseph. Make him part of your life. And remember, consecration to St. Joseph coming up. If you want to join me in it, February 16th. If you've got the book, great. If you don't, there's still time to order it and get a copy of it. You can order it right away. I'll get a link down here in the description below to order that book and get yourself rolling on that. But let's really, and if you don't do it for March 19th, you can do it any time of the year. But if you want to end on a feast day of St. Joseph or a feast day of the Holy Family, for example, and so forth, some did the consecration and ended on the presentation of Jesus, which was just recently here, just a couple of days ago. So you've got all these different time periods you can do it to really kind of line it up. But May 1st is coming up, so you could start it end of March. Point is, do it, right? Take the time to invest in a relationship with St. Joseph. You cannot go wrong with this. Remember those words of St. Teresa of Avila that she received from our Blessed Mother. Many will weep on the day they die when they realize the power, the intercessory power of this most chaste spouse of Our Lady, St. Joseph, and we will have done nothing about it. Don't want that to happen. So I'm getting the ladder out. Boom. I'm climbing up that ladder, getting on the rooftop, and I'm shouting this from the rooftop. We need to be shouting these things from the rooftop. So get out your ladders, get up on the roof, and start shouting. There's some important things that we need to be saying to the world. This world is spiraling in so many different directions, out of control type directions, and so many people are just going along with it, or they're sitting on the sidelines. And some who know that there's something wrong with what's going on, but do very little or nothing about it, they're complicit with the problem. Don't be that. So get out your ladder, get up on that roof, and start shouting this out. Spread this video, share it with others. Give other people a chance to know about the importance of St. Joseph in their life. And never forget to be battle ready. I want to thank all my patrons out there. If you want to be a patron, you can check the link below. You can check the card up here and become a supporter of this ministry and these videos. We got more shouting from the rooftop to do. All right. So again, God bless you and strengthen you for the fight. Be battle ready. And we'll talk to you again soon.